But I've been robbed. Okay, so I wasn't planning on doing a video this morning at all in the garden, and I'm sorry, I'm a little upset. But I've been robbed. I've been robbed in the middle of the night, or maybe, I know I walked around and I looked at everything yesterday, and I've seen that this happens to other people, but somebody came and ate up and dug up almost all my seedlings. So that's the breaks of gardening with natural life. So I'm gonna have to figure out some remedies to cover up the rest of the seedlings that I have. But I'm just gonna give you a quick tour to show you what it looks like when all your seedlings have been robbed by probably birds. So here we go. So you can kind of see there's like an indentation there now. That's where a seedling was, and I still kind of went ahead and ran some water in here, but you can see over here, I mean, something was obviously in here digging and digging there. So I had seedlings all along here besides even just that one, and those are all gone. See all these holes here. That was a seedling, that was a seedling, that was a seedling, that was a seedling. Here's some more digging. That was a seedling. That was a seedling. Everywhere where there's like a hole, which is, you know, there's one, there's one. Here, there were 4 of these up yesterday. That over there, that was up. So, it's really sad to me, but you know, it's life. And just sad to be so excited about something. And I first noticed it because I was over here and this one was just like all dug up and it was laying over there. So this is kind of like me trying to fix it and make it better, but I'm probably just gonna need to replant it. But you know what, we can have fun with that. And but here's a happy, if I can just get these covered up in some way. I've got a lot of little Parisian carrots coming in, so this bed hasn't been hit as hard. This is bed 1. This is where the collard greens are. So it's just a lesson I want to share with you. I'm sorry that I got emotional about it, but I really care about this stuff. So I'm just gonna replant it exactly how it was, and I'm gonna have something in place to keep this from happening.
Controlled area, so
oh, wow.
we heat and cool it. But we've done it all with evaporative cooling.
That you did yourself?
Yeah, we've done all this stuff ourselves. So we put up rigid insulation on the inside,
right?
And then we coated it with the outdoor, you know, the stuff like you put on a foam roof,
right?
And so with that combination of that and the evaporative cooler, we can keep it high 70s of green waste, and then you can see that they'll get together.
Oh yeah.
And that's a mature worm ready to have an egg, and that's what an egg looks like.
Oh, nice.
So, in perfect conditions, which we're trying to create, we should get a worm to lay an egg about once a week.
Oh, nice.
And then
that's good production.
Yeah, and then we put it in a freezer to simulate winter.
Kind of strategize it.
Yeah. So we leave it there for a week, and then when we take it out, we get them to make babies, and then the breeding happens out, or the composting happens out here. Waste to the front of this every single day.
Okay.
And these will just walk across there. This one's been set since May. And every week we'll add an inch to it. When it gets out to the end, we'll pull that board off and then harvest the castings from the other end.
So there's worms in there?
There's about 10,000 worms in each one of these. Now they're, this time of year, what you're going to see is they're skinnier.
Oh yeah.
Right, so you can see they're noticeably skinnier and it's less dense. In another month or so, it would be as dense in this as it was in the breeding bins. They just explode.
Yeah.
2 times a year we get explosions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool, and so that's what we try and simulate with the refrigeration. What we found, not just us, but lots of people, what we found is that when it gets real cold, they'll lay eggs.
Do you mind me shooting
nothing.
actually?
No, not at all.
Okay.
When it gets real cold, they'll lay a bunch of eggs, but the eggs just stay dormant.
Right.
And when it warms up, we just get these flushes of...
Kind of like a super nature charge, like nature did.
So last winter, we had like a couple of really cold weeks in December, and then we had this fluke 80-degree week.
Right.
Where it was just like springtime, before it got cold again. And in that period, we just got an explosion of worms. So we went from, 10,000 to 30,000 in the wedges. And they're self-regulating. When they get to 30,000, they'll stop laying eggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just because they just know it?
They just know that space and food.
Right.
Food, yeah. It's just
So
survival.
then you said you're just gonna, you take this down and you just kind of start harvesting from this bottom side?
Right, because if the worms do what they're supposed to do, and mostly they do, they'll follow the food out.
Right.
These are composting worms, and so they'll operate in the top 6 or 7 inches of your soil.
Okay.
And so if we do this right, we move the worms with the food as it moves across, and then we harvest from the backside, and we have
Because there won't really,
worms.
yeah, there'll be very few in it by that time.
Other side, and you'll see that if you dig down in here, so that black is the castings, and that's what we screen out. You'll see a random worm or two,
Right.
but you just won't see. I mean, there's a few in there, more than we like, but way less than if we did it.
And I've seen your
way.
process on. You guys are really gentle to them, so.
Right, so they go from here into here, and this will.
This is your first step.
So it goes from here into here, and there's usually buckets underneath there, and it'll get screened. The worms that are left in this will come out this chute at the other end, and then we just put them back into the wedge.
Right on, very cool. Really been growing that long, right?
Correct, and we haven't grown a giant abundance. Most of it we give to the food banks.
Nice.
So we eat everything that we want.
Right.
With the stuff that's left, most of it now we're giving to the food banks because it's just the wrong amount for sales.
Right.
We'll have some of these products for sale at our classes and on Saturday mornings and stuff like that. But in general, what we're trying to do is to create a fully sustainable environment where our byproducts feed all the stuff that we've done. And this is all, it's our compost, it's our castings, it's our tea.
Right.
There's no commercial, there's no fertilizers other than our stuff. There's no herbicides, no pesticides.
We're super excited about, I love the tests that you've been doing, like using the tea with this plant and using just water with this plant. So I think that alone, showing us how we use it in your own garden is a great tool. It gives a lot of good value to it, and that's what we're excited, because some birds we planted a week ago and the birds in our yard ate all of our seeds up. So now we're gonna germinate for overnight in the tea, like you said on Facebook, I think.
Yeah. And
then we're gonna replant on Sunday. We've got some different things that we're gonna do to protect us from the birds.
And we just have a small backyard.
and we do it. So we use a soil mix that contains some stuff that.
It's like your special mix.
It's not secret. It's a reusable coconut core.
Okay.
And then it's our compost, and then we use our tea. How many things are you going to seed? You have seeds to do?
Yeah, I have a lot
Tonight?
of seeds.
Okay, so take this home with you.
Are you serious?
germinate them in here, you can do that inside. Birds won't get it, guaranteed, because it's inside, and I assume you don't have birds inside.
No. Well, my last name is Bird, so I mean we've got those birds in there.
So, the kids can help you plant them.
Yeah.
Take a pencil and poke a hole, put the seeds in there, keep this damp for a week, and when they get to be, so if you put the seeds in the tea, and you just sprinkle a light tea on this, you'll have these within a week or so.
So okay, so soak them like I said in the, and then just poke a hole in there and then put them right into that little mix, and you said in about a week we'll have all this awesomeness.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing secret about what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we just water, we put them in this mix, put the seeds in there, we use the teas and the castings. I mean, I can't wait. These are snap peas, which is probably my favorite. It's my favorite
yeah, and they're
vegetable.
getting these little, so they're about ready to start
Right,
getting.
so we'll plant these on a trellis in the raised bed, and in a month we'll start having peas that are the best candy. I mean, they're just so super sweet. Pick them.
You're taking, oh, the light must not be very bright in here. Oh look, I did it that time. I actually did suck the seed up in there. Can you get that? Did you see the seed come out?
Yeah. So that one's a Brussels sprout, and the next coming up is another Brussels sprout. Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Okay, come back over here. Can you see my finger?
Yep, we just gotta come over here.
Come over here a little bit. There, ready?
Really quickly into that hole. Like it looks cool up here, but it looks really cool down there. So
Okay.
next, another Brussel.
Yeah, we got the seed again.
Let's see this. Let's see really quick.
See? There's the seed. Can you see it?
Right there. So watch that. Ooh. And then this is actually worm poop juice. It's very nutrient for your plants.
Very nutrient.
Yeah.
Very nutritious.
Yeah, very nutritious. And next we have some peas that I wrote beside. This is my handwriting, guys.
Do you have any more Halloween stuff?
The one with the crazy hair, Christmas.
I already drew an owl, a ghost, a bat, a pumpkin, a skeleton face, a witch, and a cat.
That's like a...
And he did a ghost.
Yep. Right here, see? Here's the ghost.
Did you do an owl?
Yep, the owl's up on the tree.
Well,
So, wait, don't you need two ones for the pea, or no?
not really. I just had an extra seed.
I'm gonna go.
Wait, are you really filming? Like, you gotta keep the view going.
I'm gonna go.
Back up a little bit.
I'm gonna go look around the house to see more stuff. Look, let me tell you how many stuff I got. I got a spider web and a spider. I got a skeleton. I already got a skeleton.